Green flag waves. 2 more races to go to conclude the season. Here's the grid for Senior Road Tax Wertungslauf 2, or final 2. Here's your grid. Front row, 309, Lukas Hartmann, 333. Linus Hensen, one hand on the trophy, is his. Maddox Wirtz in the 341 and Max Busch in the 313 rounds out the top 2 rows. Bennett Arends 327, Giuseppe Fico 394, round out row 3. Luca Costa 366 and Luca Thiel 399, round out row 4, completing row 5 and thereby completing the top 10. The 310 of Morris Schmeiz and Finn Stiek in the 339. Row 6 is Philip Keskic and Finley Hamprecht in the 363 and the 323 respectively. Lasse Reinhardt and Leander Luke Schneider 302 and 345 complete row 7. Kian Agasade and Luisa Keller 362 and 331 round out row number 8. Darius Nitu in the 303, Adrian Dobric in the 335, Vivian Michel Height in the 328, the 355 and Mats Johan Overhoff, Lucas Thompson in the 312 round out running order. Now looking at what happened, we had several penalties issued post-race Wertungslauf 1. So Lukas Hartmann got a 3-second time penalty for being out of the corridors, 2 wheels, the 303. That was Darius Nitu, 5-second time penalty for pushing, and also got a 5-second time penalty for a front spoiler, as did the 362. That was Kian Agasade, the 331, the 339, and the 363 was a causer of a collision. Looks like we've gone, revs have risen. We are underway for the final race of this season. And look at how close Linus Hensen was to closing off the door in front of Max Busch and Maddox Wirtz. Wirtz has gotten ahead of Max Busch and has stayed there or thereabouts. And the good thing is that from that, we now have a race on our hands, folks. 4th place looks to now be Bennett Arends. It was 3 abreast coming through. Morris Schmeiz has been hung out to dry and he's lost 4 positions. Morris Schmeiz was in 9th. He was up into P5 and he's like literally lost them all again. It's like the dominoes keep on falling for that driver and not in the right way that he would want. So Hartmann leads from Hensen, 0.34 of a second. Max Busch and Maddox Wirtz side by side. Oh, that was close. Max Busch gets a pip to the post and Bennett Arends and Giuseppe Fico managed to get through at the same time. That was very, very close indeed. Oh, mamma mia. That was brilliant action. Maddox Wirtz just knew to plant the cart. Max Busch just went, yeah, I'm going to go to the outside. I'm going to keep it pinned. No, you are not. And that's exactly what happens when you, well, it was just a great move. And it's all change again because now Bennett Arends is at the lead of the train. So Max Busch has gotten off into the distance. Maddox Wirtz is a little bit further back. Morris Schmeiz being hung out to dry, probably by maybe Darius Nitu, I believe, as we come across the line to complete lap number 2. Hartmann still leads. There's Morris Schmeiz again. He's got Kian Agasade right up the inside of him through turn 1. So just under 2 minutes of this race completed. There's still plenty more where that came from. I can guarantee you of that much. We have no penalties coming through from race control, whether anyone was 2 wheels outside of the corridor, whether there's been any pushing penalties. As oh, that's getting a bit close for Morris Schmeiz, who's off the track. Oh, 2 wheels on the grass. Morris Schmeiz was dumped unceremoniously out of, what was it, 9th place. He's now down. He was up into P5 at one point, now down into what is effectively going to be the lower doldrums of the top 15 places. Lasse Reinhardt has dropped down. Morris Schmeiz has gone all the way down to 17th position. I did say it'd be outside. Could be possibly the lower doldrums of the top 15. Well, it was actually outside of the top 15. Mats Johan Overhoff has already gone past Finley Hamprecht. Adrian Dobric has followed Lukas Thompson and Leander Luke Schneider to complete the top 16. Darius Nitu and Kian Agasade have now got past Lasse Reinhardt, who drops to 13th position in 302. We've got 3 minutes completed, 11 to go. And Lukas Hartmann is leading the field by a considerable margin. And the fact of it's 4/10 of a second, I did say considerable. Well, it wasn't really considerable, was it? The good thing is that Lucas Hartmann is being caught by Linus Henson. Giuseppe Fico in third place is the fastest driver out on the track. Henson has got to stay ahead of Luca Thiel. That makes all the difference. And Luca Thiel at the minute is currently in 7th position. And I know for a fact that Luca Thiel will probably be thinking this title is slipping away from me right now for the second year in succession. Luca Thiel has been the closest competitor to Linus Henson. And Henson has provided some great racing action, but has also provided another championship drive in 2 years on the bounce. Lucas Hartmann trying to solidify what could be maybe second, well, might be second, could very well be a 3rd place finish in the overall standings in this championship. That is what is interesting from that perspective. We've got 9 minutes and 35 seconds still to go. Bennett Arens is still battling away with Maddox Fiatz for what is 4th place on the road as they go into the hairpin. They've got Luca Costa and Luca Thiel closing in. Luca Thiel is trying to move forward. Darius Nito gets past the 363 of Philip Keskic. So heads into the top 10. Lasse Reinhardt drops to 15th, courtesy of Lucas Thompson and Adrian Dobrich. 9 minutes and 10 seconds plus an additional lap still to go in this race. Henson is in prime position. Bennett Arens is finding he's got the heat underneath the collar. As they say, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. This is where it can be the biggest bone of contention. Will it be the point that Luca Thiel will make the moves stick that he needs to do as Maddox Fiatz tries to go up the inside, but then all of a sudden the floodgates open after that manoeuvre. So he's been passed by Luca Costa, and more importantly, there is Luca Thiel. Luca Thiel 6th on the road at the moment, 2nd in the championship coming into this final round of the season. Bennett Arens is holding off everyone behind at the moment. It's the Bennett Arens train at the minute, and that is what it's going to remain, because now it is a 6-cart train, because I see behind him Luca Costa, Luca Thiel, Maddox Fiatz, got Max Busch, and you've got Finn Stiak has joined the end of said train. Oh, and I think I saw Darius Nito not too far behind either. So there is a lot still to play for. There goes Luca Thiel up the inside of Luca Costa. And Luca Costa nearly gets swamped by those behind, because the minute that someone puts a move on you, you are at the mercy of the drivers behind, and that's when it can be rather important. And there's Maddox Fiatz now getting past Luca Costa. Luca Costa wanting to get that position back through turns 1 and the number 2 chicane, not able to do it. So Luca Costa drops down to what is now 7th position. Luca Thiel is in 5th, and just looking at where he is in comparison with Linus Henson. Linus Henson is 5 seconds up the road, make that 5.1 seconds up the road. But the minute he gets past Bennett Arens, I think that Luca Thiel might be able to get past and go for the race lead. Well, go for a victory of some description. And that now means that he could be a little bit of a thorn in the side of Linus Henson. And whether Henson likes to admit it or not, he's had a very, very tough season ahead. He'll be very, very happy. He'll have a big sigh of relief and have a good chat with his dad Dirk, who's there with him as well. And that's brazen and brave from Luca Thiel, who's trying the switchback. That was close. If it was a bit further along the side, Luca Thiel would get the move done, but Bennett Arens actually was quite composed in how he dealt with that situation. Not long now to see what happens in the next 5.5 minutes. Linus Henson is 1.727 seconds behind. Driver in front, which is Lukas Hartmann. No penalty. Oh no! Luca Thiel has just thrown that one away. Completely. I'm not too sure. I'm going to have a look because I've got a feed at the moment running a little bit behind. But it was not great, and that has given Luca Thiel the salt. If it wasn't pushed and shoved and rubbed around the wounds, it has been done now. He went for a move up the inside of Bennett Arends, going in through to the penultimate right-hander, and Bennett Arends got a turnaround. Luca Thiel has now dropped to 9th. Bennett Arends, who was up into fourth place for a significant period of time, has just had that 4th place taken away from him. Really, I mean, I'm sure that will be investigated by race control. I think just the way it could have been a bit too close for comfort. Yes, rubbing's racing, but karting is meant to be a non-contact sport, and we see incidents like that where drivers think that the move is on. If you don't go in for it 110%, you end up causing an issue, and not just for yourself, but also for the driver that you've just tried to overtake. 4 minutes to go, plus an additional lap in the season for Senior Rotax. A lovely little battle between Max Busch and Finch Diak. Luca Thiel has got past Darius Nitu, but I'm wondering whether that impact with Bennett Arends has caused a problem for the front fairing of Luca Thiel, because if that happens, that is an automatic 5-second post-race penalty, and that is not what he will have wanted at all. So just under 3.5 minutes to go. Hartmann has a lead of 2.784 seconds ahead of Linus Henson. And this is where I think the ultimate prize is now in the hands of one driver. That driver is in 2nd position. Up until this point, it has been nip and tuck as to whether Linus Henson or Luca Thiel would take the 2021 title. Henson knows that he's done exactly what he's needed to do. He hasn't had to. He's been waiting for Luca Thiel to bring the fight to him, and Luca Thiel hasn't brought it. And that's an unfortunate thing. A denied championship title assault for the 2nd year at the final round in succession. It is only the fact that time is ticking. It waits for no one, but it's ticking in favour of Linus Henson. Luca Thiel has put in the fastest lap of the race in the meantime on lap 14. 46.454 second lap time. But still, nevertheless, Finch Diak and Luca Costa battling away over what is a genuine 5th place position. They've got the likes of Luca Thiel and Darius Nitu, I would think, probably closing in on them at a rate of knots if they're not careful. And Luca Thiel is right on the back bumper of Max Busch. Maddox Fiertz. Finch Diak up the inside. Luca Costa goes a bit wide coming out of the hairpin, and that allows both Finch Diak and Max Busch to get through. Here comes Luca Thiel. Luca Thiel now up into 7th, but with that incident with Bennett Arends, that has cost him dearly. That has cost him the title. That has cost him an opportunity to go to the Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals in Bahrain later on this December. And that just goes to show you how difficult it all can be. It never is easy. Motorsport has its fair shares of trials and tribulations, and here in karting, it is no different. It is a pure racing sport. It is a sport that I love. I relate to in many respects because I understand the paddock. I understand the people behind the scenes. I'm part of this infrastructure. It's a privilege to be a commentator on a championship such as this, as Luca Thiel now really putting the kibosh onto Max Busch for 6th position. But the time is fast expiring. 10 seconds remain, and we are moments away from coming through. And that is it. The timer has hit 0. Done and dusted for another season, because next time around we will have a final lap board being shown, and there it is. The final lap board is out for Lucas Hartmann. Linus Hensen has got the sign he's been waiting for all season, the final lap of this championship, and it has come down to the wire for Linus Hensen. He has been waiting since late June of this year. Once he got his title defence underway, it has been now it is effectively a fait accompli, because Lucas Hartmann crosses the line to take a victory, but Linus Hensen, for the second year provisionally speaking, takes the senior Rotax crown. A title defence in 2 difficult years this season, and Luca Thiel, it has been confirmed that he gets a 5-second time penalty for pushing, and that drops him from what will be 6th on the road, and that drops him outside of the top 10. That drops him to 13th position. So that just goes to show how much things can change. The adjustment has happened. It's 12th place. That's it. Hartmann wins the race by 4.919 seconds, ahead of Giuseppe Fico. Maddox, ahead of Linus Hensen, our 2021 champion. Giuseppe Fico takes 3rd place. What a race. Hartmann wins it. Hensen, provisional champion.